Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Guys, this is my 11th take on this video. So yeah, let's get on to it. Then the 11th take, let's go. As you could tell by the title of this video, we're gonna be talking about spiritual discipline and how to resist temptation. But before I talk about today's topic of the day, I wanted to share a bit about how my weekend went and some of the things that had happened. So over the weekend on Saturday, I was really just feeling blessed and grateful to be able to meet with some of the brothers from church and to participate in morning prayer and also to have breakfast together. And you know, I just feel extremely blessed just because cell season's over, and so I don't get to see my brothers as much as I wanted to. Because before that, I would see them once a week every Thursday night, and I would always look forward to it just because it's a place to be vulnerable, to share, and to talk about some of the things are going through, right? Some of the good things that are happening in my life, as well as some of the challenging things happening in their life, which makes it a lot easier because our church is pretty big, and to be able to kind of, engross ourselves in a small group is the best way to kind of get plugged in. I hope I use the word engross correctly, because sometimes words just come up on top of my mind, and I just say what comes out of it. So yeah, breakfast was great, and we did morning prayers before that. And believe it or not, the morning prayer for this past Saturday was actually about Ecclesiastes. And for those of you who have not read Ecclesiastes before, it's basically a book written by Solomon. And a little context of who Solomon is: Solomon was considered the richest person back in the days, right? He has lived every extravagant lifestyle that you could think of, right? Having multiple wives, having all the riches, all that, right? But the book of Ecclesiastes actually reference about the things of the world, right? That no matter how wealthy, how successful you are, at the end of the day, everything that you earn or achieve under the sun, which is in this world materialistically, everything will eventually fade away, right? Fade into dust, which kind of tells the readers that you should put your heart and mind in something that will last forever. In this case, we're referencing Jesus Christ. And so while I was, praying about some of the things that are happening in my life, for some reason, the topic of spiritual discipline and how to resist temptation, the topic of today's video, just kind of came up in my mind as I was praying during morning prayer. And I know usually I would kind of freestyle my videos and kind of talk based on the things that come up in my mind. And but today, I'm just gonna read off of what I wrote on my phone, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this different segment of my videos. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna go into it. Right, today's topic is called spiritual discipline, or how to resist temptation. Right, spiritual discipline, like all other disciplines, it is rooted in the small actions we take every single day, such as reading the Bible, praying, and surrounding yourself with the body of Christ. When dealing with lust and other temptation, the analogy I have on the top of my head is the kid who does his homework every single day versus the kid who waits until the last minute to do all of his homework before the day is due. Okay? By doing the homework every single day, we build that discipline, collecting small wins, and also creating a momentum that will transfer over to the next day. And waiting until the last minute to do all the homework at once is like trying to summon the strength of all 5 days to handle everything all at once. And we all know how that usually goes. And this is no different when it comes down to spiritual discipline, right? Temptation and lust becomes a lot easier to handle when we've been putting in the work that no one will see, but the Lord. The pressure that comes down to the last minute and then try to handle all of it at once is like asking for a miracle. Not that it's not possible, but it's just really hard, right? When you haven't been doing the due diligence every single day, it shows, you know? And there will be days where you will fall short, even when you have been putting in the work every single day, and that's okay. You know, however, even though that we do fall short sometimes, those instances of failure aren't wasted. There are moments that will remind us of our need for Him, that we're imperfect. You know, sometimes I wrestle with this idea that if I finally conquer lust, then I won't need God, and that is pride. But Daniel, where is the encouragement? Where is the encouragement, man? All right, hold on, guys. I'm getting to it, right? The flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong. God doesn't keep tally of our losses, right? The righteous man falls down 6, but gets up 7 times, okay? Our spirit and mind is being renewed every single second. Yes, you may have failed 1 minute ago, but in this new minute, you are made new, okay? I think in the very beginning of my walk with God, I clinged on to the sin I did, the shame that I felt, that it really made me side-eye who God is. God is a grace machine, but that's not to say that His grace is cheap. If you know any verses or words of encouragement or anything that can help fight temptation, guys, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. With that said, guys, I am still just a man. I do fall into temptations, but I always remember who to go back to whenever I fail. If you have stayed until the very end and enjoyed my content, don't forget to subscribe to see more future videos just like this. Meanwhile, YouTube will suggest you a video that they think you may like. As always, guys, see you on the next video. Peace.